Hi, it's Phil from Teachblend, and today we're going to have a look at Student Guide to FlipGrid. Now, FlipGrid essentially allows you to respond to questions that have been posed by your teacher. So, for example, it might be that they've asked you to do a book review, and what you can do is use FlipGrid to actually record a response to that question or topic. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at how we can use FlipGrid both on our mobile devices and also our desktop devices, and how you can access FlipGrid via websites, links, QR codes and Microsoft Teams. I'll also guide you how you actually do the response as well, and a couple of tricks. I hope you find it useful. So the first thing to do is download the FlipGrid app onto your mobile device, and once you've done this, you'll be able to enter in the code. Now the code is normally the class code, but it can sometimes be a link direct to the discussion as well. And once you enter that in, you'll be able to log on. You may also see the link added on things such as Microsoft Teams, and you can click More and choose FlipGrid to log on as well. Another way that you are able to join a FlipGrid is to be able to actually scan a QR code. So here you can see I've clicked Scan QR code, and I can join that way as well. Once you've joined, you'll then be able to enter in your college username and password to enter in onto FlipGrid. So you may need to do this. As you see now, what you'll see is all of your classroom topics, and on the right hand side you'll see the various topics that have been added to that class, and you can click these to have a look at that topic and read the instructions and prompts that are given. And you'll also see other students' responses in there as well if your teacher has enabled it. We're just going to go back now to have a look at how you can look at the other classes as well. So if you click back, you'll see in Recents the classrooms that you have joined or groups. Another thing you can do is click the Immersive Reader button on any topic to have a little bit more of an accessible way of having the instructions read out to you, and you can do things such as increase the text size and add line focus on, and even translate the instructions as well. So this is really useful. You can also now have a look at the topics and start to respond. So if you click the response button on the bottom right, you are then able to start recording your response. And you can click options to add things such as notes to your responses to help you and give you a few prompts and also support your discussion. You can even upload clips and mute your mic as well, and flip the camera around to a different view. When you click effects, this is where you can start to make your video look a little bit better and more interactive. So you can add things such as filters, which work a little bit like the Instagram filters and Snapchat filters that you're used to, and these can be added onto your video. You can also add things such as emojis, and you can pinch to zoom these and flip these around and move them onto the screen as well. And you can also delete these and press the undo button to clear them off. Another thing you can do in options is add things such as text. So this is really useful if your teacher has asked you to do some demonstration for a topic, for example, and you can put these in. In this example, I'm doing an about me, so I'm going to put my name just as a prompt as well. And again, you can resize these and move them around the frame as much as you like. And you can change the different files and formats as well. Another really useful thing is boards. Now, boards allow you to actually have like a whiteboard on your camera, and you can use these for multiple reasons, but one of the things I like to use is draw. So for example, if you were doing maths or an explanation, you can have a whiteboard at the side or below you that you can draw on, and this is really effective. You can also do things such as like adding GIFs and adding extra photographs onto your video as well, which is really useful. I'm just going to click undo now just to show you how that works. It's because I want to actually go back to how I originally had my name, and I'm just going to use that. I can then move that and position it. As you can see, I can also delete if I want to as well. Once I'm happy with my frame, I can then start to record. And when you click record, you can pause and re-record and add more to your recording as well. And once you're happy, you can then click the green tick to carry on with your video. And in here, you can review it, and you can also trim and add more to your video as well as split it and more. So this is how you can edit your video once you've actually recorded it. As you can see here, I'm going to trim a little bit off the back of the video so that I don't have as much content. Once you're happy with that and you're good to go, click the green button again. Here, this is an important step where you need to make sure you take a selfie, and in here again you can add filters and stuff as well. And I'm just going to take a selfie now so that my teacher can see it was me who's responded to that video. Once that's done, again, you can have the option to add some more effects and mirror the image as well. And then again, you click the green button. At this point, you may decide that you need to add a little bit more title and links as well if your teacher has asked you to. Once you've done that, you can submit this, and you can also then share your video out externally as well if you want to. As you'll see now, that video has been uploaded to the teacher. Another thing you can do is you can actually look at the topics and look at other students' responses as well if they've been approved, and you can also comment and reply to these as well. So this is great if your teacher, for example, has asked you to do a bit of peer assessment where you're actually helping one another improve your videos and discussion, and you can actually respond to one another's points of views. So I think this is a great tool. You can also as well, once your teacher has responded to your video, open up your email and you'll get a link of all of the information that your teacher has written back. And you can actually click on the link here to see any video responses your teacher may have given you and any comments. So if you click the feedback link, for example, you can see here that I have a comment that says well done, great effort, a video response, and also some gradings for my ideas and performance. Also join FlipGrid on a website by just going to flipgrid.com so you can use a regular computer if you want to. You just need to enter in the class code and then log in as you would normal. Now this is your college username and password, so you just log in, and then what you will need to do when you log in is make sure you have a camera enabled. So here you see that I can have the normal test class, as you can see the example we've been using, but I'm going to click record response now, and you'll see here I need to enable the camera, but everything else is the same. Now the website version does have a really good feature, which is the record screen feature, and your teacher may ask you to do this. So if you click on options and then go to record screen, what you can actually do is capture your entire screen. So this is great, for example, if your teacher's asked you to do a presentation that you've talked over. So simply select the screen, hit the record button, and then you can actually capture yourself talking over a presentation or some skills you're demonstrating on the computer. You can also, using the website version, do a normal recording as well and access all of the effects that you use on your mobile device. So here you can see that I'm recording my response, but this time I'm using a webcam. You'll see that you can still review and you can trim these as well as take the selfie that you're used to on the mobile device. But instead of using your mobile, you're just using the web app. So it's exactly the same kind of principle, you're just using a different method of accessing FlipGrid. I hope you did find this video useful, and if you did, give us a like and subscribe to Teachblend, it really does help. Thank you.